That's bad.
Alright, good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day. So in the last video, we got this thing running for the first time. It sounded pretty good, aside from the lifters. But it fired up. Everything, for the most part, seemed to work pretty well. Obviously, we need things like oxygen sensor, eventually change the rear end or do something with that. And just, fix the tune, get that dialed in more. But the car fired up and it ran pretty decent. So today what we're going to do is see if this thing actually moves under its own power. Fingers crossed it does. And we're going to see if it does a burnout, which is the more important thing. You can't have a hot rod that doesn't do a burnout. So my dad is on his way over here to help me move a shed. So once he gets here, I'm going to throw him in this thing and we'll see what it does. About to go on its maiden voyage from here to over there. Totaled. We got one brake light. Yeah, I was hoping you'd stop. Oh, she spit. Hell yeah, man. Oh, you filled the garage. Awesome. Yeah, I gotta tighten up one of the tranny fittings on that cooler.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shipped it in the eye range.
You did or it did?
I did.
Okay.
Slammed it into the next one. It's like, fuck, RPM's getting a little high here.
Yeah, you gotta test it.
Yeah, I was worried about hitting that cord.
I was too. Alright, he just took off, but man, this thing is awesome. This thing is a riot. Absolutely destroyed that one back wheel. This thing is going to be a lot of fun. This thing's rad as heck. I hate to say it too, but I think the rear end might need to go down a little bit more. Because like my biggest complaint with these cars is how like stink bug the stance is on them. Like you can see looking at the bottom there, like the front is like 1.5 inches lower than the rear. So I think I'm gonna have to do something about that. But man, this thing is cool. This thing is just so cool. And like, it's one of those builds that, yeah, it was thrown together with a bunch of like basically spare parts for the most part, but I feel like I did a pretty good job on it. There's some things that I'd like to change. I'd like to change the motor mounts. Right now they're solid mounted. I think over winter I'm gonna make some like bushing mounts, because I came up the other day, I was like, oh, this would have been such an easy way to do it. Why did I do this? So like I said, I don't know if we're gonna keep it, but we're both really liking the car right now. So basically, until I come up with some more parts for it, the big one being the rear end, this thing's sort of at a standstill. I mean, I might be able to drive it around, but we beat on it too much, and then this thing's gonna become immobile real quick. So yeah, I gotta figure out what I wanna do for the rear end. In a perfect world, I find another 94 to 98 Mustang GT rear end that we can bolt right in. Because I believe the 99 to 04 rear ends are like 1.5 inches wider, and trying to find someone that has a 5-lug Fox body rear end that they want to get rid of real cheap, not the easiest thing to do, because those are pretty good axles. I have a feeling that what I'm going to have to do is find a Fox body 4-lug rear end and convert it to 5-lug, which I'm just lazy enough that I don't really want to do right now. So, like I said, until I get the rear end figured out, get like the oxygen sensor, stuff like that, blah, 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 this thing's sort of done, enough that it runs and drives. So I've got a bunch of other stuff that I'm playing catch up on. Not you. Check this thing out. This is, I don't really know how old it is, to be honest. It's not like they date code these things. So this is like a wagonette to pull behind horses, in this case mini horses, with 4 skis, so you can pull it through the snow. We got it for free, and it is now my job to try to restore it. Restore is not really the right word, because I'm not trying to make it look brand new, but I'm trying to make it functional, which it's probably pretty functional as is, but I'd like to clean it up a little bit. Well, I have been tasked with liking to clean it up a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's actually the front ski. You can tell because it has that pivot there. This is the back one. It's a pretty rad setup. Let's see. And then you go right there like this. But you'd hook onto that. So those go like that, and then the wagon body sits on there, bolts to those. And then you got the front hookup off of these 2 skis so that it pivots with them. So this is what I'm going to be working on the next few days. I have to replace a few boards, nothing crazy though. Quite the bee's nest there. But for the most part, I think I just need to sand it and paint it. And like I said, we were moving that shed up to that corner there earlier. Wiggling it. Yeah. Which I used a little 650 to dig out that hill and try to level it as best I could. And we got that thing moved yesterday. Never a dull moment around here. And then I got another little trailer that I need to fix up. That one actually just needs tires. Everything else is good on that. I used that trailer for many years to haul motorcycles. You can see the little tire chalk up in the front there. Here you can see one of the boards I got to replace for that wagon. I am probably going to get to work on all this stuff, because as soon as I'm done with that wagon in the garage, I can move the Fiero in there and get to work on that. And I know some of y'all are really looking forward to seeing that thing run. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell to get notifications. I'll see you guys next time.